All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for the second matchup, the doubleheader between Maryville and Rockhurst University. Maryville Saints versus the Rockhurst Hawks. They just played, and you recognize her on the mound. Cora Boyle just completed a complete game in round one of this matchup, and she is starting the second game again. I'm not sure the exact stat on this, but I don't know how many pitchers have completed 2 complete games ever back-to-back in history, so it might be on record watch here. Boyle starting the top of the first with an 0-2 count. You know Boyle, strong strike thrower, paints the corners. We just saw her in this last matchup. Hoping to continue her hot streak. Maryville just won 4-1. Now they're hoping to take on the exact same Rockhurst team and rock them again. But there's a hit from leadoff hitter Kirsten Finch. The right fielder Metcalf throws that to first base, trying to catch her out, but she can't do it, not in time. Garcia gives a thumbs up to Boyle, tells her she all is good, and Finch is on first base. So we start this game off with a single from the Hawks. Got grad senior Kirsten Finch, the leadoff hitter. Baker University transfer on first base. And now we have second hitter Eva Folk, the lefty. She's showing bunt right now. Lennon is in from third base. Bunt does not connect. Boyle lining up for the second pitch of this AB. Boyle versus Folk. We saw this 3 times in the last matchup. We'll see what happens here on the first one of this match. Showing bunt, but she pulls it back. Pulls it back again. She shows bunt, but this one a foul ball. Now the count's 1-1 for Folk. Finch at first. Folk up to bat. Boyle throwing. We have what looks to be the same lineup from last game. We have Garcia at first base for the Saints, Kosnoff at second, Corona at short, and Lennon at third. There's the bunt. There's the runner. Not going to go to second. They're going to go to first and get one. Fielder's choice right there. So they get the player at first. There's one out to start for the Maryville Saints. They bring up their third hitter, starting third baseman Claire Timpton. And Coach Billings is going out to talk to Boyle. Not too many mound meetups last matchup for Maryville in this as they won 4-1. But Billings making her presence known in the top of the first of this game. See what Rockhurst has to build on their scouting of Boyle. They saw her for a whole 6-7 innings last match, so they definitely have film on her as they were just here hitting against her. We'll see if they can improve what they did last game. They've already started with 1 hit, top of the first. A runner in scoring position at second. And Claire Tipton is up to hopefully knock that runner in. There's 1 out, 1 runner on. Is slight change in the Maryville lineup from the first game to the second game. We see Caitlin Wagner behind the plate catching. She was just hitting in the first game, not fielding anywhere, but now she's behind the plate. As we see the first pitch of this AB, a strike. Time is called by the batter. So Boyle gets a time to think about what the next pitch is going to be, gets a time to gather her thoughts, as Tipton is the one who called time. So Boyle with her windup. Here comes the pitch. Off-speed pitch right on the outside corner. She was feeling that one. 0-2 count here to Tipton. That ball in the air, shallow field, and it's going to be caught by the shortstop, Corona. So Corona making her presence be known in the outfield, stretching those legs all the way out to the grass and making that play. Corona, someone whose name we called a ton in the first game, has been making these stand-out defensive plays, and there is another one. Definitely someone you want to have behind you as a pitcher. Boyle is definitely appreciating Corona's defense so far, as there are 2 outs now. She pitches to the starting first baseman, McKenna Lester. Starts off the AB with 1 strike. Kirsten Finch still at second base. That one just too far outside. Finch stealing, and she's going to go home. Here comes the throw, and it is not going to be in time. So Finch is going to score the first run of the game due to a fielding error. Wagner caught Finch stealing going to third, but she overthrew the third baseman, resulting in the first run of the game for Rockhurst. Rockhurst, a team who did not have a lead in a single inning in the entire game in the first game that we saw here together. Now taking the lead in the top of the first inning, 1-0. And there is a hit right off of the bat of the first baseman. So Rockhurst most definitely liking how they are playing in the start of this match compared to last. They already have 2 hits. There's Lester with her first hit into shallow left. And Kirsten Finch, the leadoff hitter, has already scored a run. So Cora Boyle is going to have to pitch from behind, something she has not done today. Pitched with a deficit. Trying to get this Maryville team back into the dugout and back into the hitting side of things. One runner on for Emily Berry as she steps up to bat. Here's the pitch to Berry, and Berry swings, and the runner's caught in between. Wagner throws down to second. Corona's got him. She's in a pickle, and Lester is caught. So McKenna Lester, trying to steal second base, was caught by Wagner, gunned her down in a pickle, and they got the out. So Maryville comes to the break with a chance to get another run back. Rockhurst up 1-0 in between the first and the second inning. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Maryville Athletic Complex, where we look at a score of 1-0. Rockhurst is up 1-0 after a first inning, top of the first inning score. Leadoff hitter Kirsten Finch ended up scoring a run. And now we look at a new pitcher for the Hawks. We have Madeline McCall, a junior. Starts the game off with a strike. So, McCall, a brand new pitcher. We saw 2 pitchers from Rockhurst in the first match. This is a brand new one. We have not seen her today. A junior from Anderson, Missouri. We'll see what McCall has in store for the Saints. We look at Corona, leadoff batter. Takes one out to right field, over the right fielder's head, and that one's going to drop. Another one-hitter to the fence, and Corona's going for 3. She's getting there, and she slides into third easy. She could have had that standing up. That is Corona's second triple of the day. In the first match, she had a triple that one-hopped the wall over to center field. Now she has a triple that one-hops the wall into right field. What a hit there by Emily Corona. To start off Maryville, and their first at-bat gets a triple. Runner in scoring position already. Not the start you want if you're Madeline McCall. Now, she starts off with a couple good strikes, a couple good pitches, and then she lets Corona tee off of her into deep right field. Look at starting second baseman Koznoff, their second hitter. This is Jenna Koznoff, hoping to hit her middle infield partner in Emily Corona in. Looks like we got a time call for McKenna Lester to tie her shoe. And we look back at the pitch where Koznoff is teeing off. Koznoff, a sophomore from Arlington Heights, Illinois, with one runner in scoring position. The pitch, she hits it up to the second baseman, an infield fly, and Corona does not tag. Corona is forced to stay where she's at. So, 1 out, 1 runner in scoring position, and first baseman Bella Garcia is up to bat. Koznoff telling Garcia what she saw, giving her some tips and tricks to this next AB. Got senior first baseman Bella Garcia out of Brookfield, Illinois, facing off against McCall, their first matchup of the day. And there's a strike. Emily Corona starting this match off for the Maryville in the bottom of the first with a leadoff triple. And here's Garcia taking a hammering swing but not connecting. 0-2 count here for the first baseman. See the third baseman and the first baseman creeping in for their signature style of play that the Rockhurst Hawks do. Pitch to Garcia just outside. 1-2 count here. Bella Garcia with 1 out, trying to get the ball in play so Emily Corona can score. It's a 1-0 game in the Hawks' favor, so if the Saints can score here and tie it up, that would be ideal for them. And that one's going to be another ball to Bella Garcia. Garcia tees off on that one, but it's going to be out of play. Garcia saw something she liked. Maybe it was just swinging because there was 2 strikes, got to foul that one off, and that's exactly what she did. She gets another opportunity to put the ball in play here. McCall is a junior. The pitcher here for Rockhurst came from Iowa Western Community. And the pitch is fouled off again by Garcia. So McCall, a transfer from Iowa Western Community, is her first year D2 level. Playing for Rockhurst out of Kansas City. Pitching against Bella Garcia here. I apologize, Bella Garcia. She's been at Maryville for just a few years. Connects one, and that is up the middle. And Garcia's looking at that fielding error, and she is going to stay at 1. She is familiar with RBIs, and that is a 1-1 tie. Maryville ties it up with Rockhurst 1-1 in the bottom of the first. We saw Garcia in the last match hit a few RBIs in 2 different occasions of having RBIs, to be exact. She hit 2 in on one hit and 1 in on another. She had 3 RBIs in the last game that we saw. And now Garcia hitting another RBI, hitting a smashing ball right up the middle, just out of reach for the second baseman. So we look at Wagner, who comes up to bat, the catcher for the Saints this game. And there's the first pitch, and there's the first strike. We got 1 runner on, 1 strike, 1 out. Here to Wagner. Caitlin Wagner starting this game as the catcher. Was just a DH last game. Now seeing her action behind the plate. 0-2 count here. Still only 1 out. Do not want to turn a double play here if you're Maryville. Rockhurst, quite the opposite could be said. And there's a ball piercing into the dugout. That could have been bad. Hits the fence. And Wagner stays alive. And that pitch just outside for Caitlin Wagner. Did not like what she saw. Didn't think she could get a hold of that one, so she didn't try. Got a 1-2 count here for Wagner. Garcia at first. 1 out. Tie ball game. She swings, gets it to third base, and Garcia's going to get doubled up. Wow, what a line drive there from Wagner. Gets a hold of the ball, but it is caught by the third baseman, and the third baseman immediately catches Garcia, who was just starting to get her secondary lead. Maryville ties it up, though. Emily Corona scores, and it is now a 1-1 tie. Rockhurst 1, Maryville 1, and we will see you in the top of the second inning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Maryville, where we look at a tie game. We are looking at pitcher Cora Boyle, excuse me. This is Boyle's 9th inning of the day. Boyle in the first match completed a complete game, 1 run, 4-1 win in the Saints' favor. And now on the top of the second, this is her 9th inning of the day. And the game starts like it. Metcalf's going to take a shot to first. A little bit too high and a little bit too late. Good idea there by Riley Metcalf out in right field to get the runner off at first, but it just was too late.
Can you make it on Saturday? I think so. Okay, because I'm going to be late. Because I'll be running that 5.
It was Emily Berry with the leadoff single. Metcalf tried to gun her down but could not do it. So Boyle letting 1 runner start off. And here's a hit. Hit to Koznoff, and she doesn't even try for two. She goes straight to one. We'll call that a fielder's choice. So Koznoff gets to play. Jayla Pierce, the lefty, grounds out to second base. And there's a runner in scoring position now for the Hawks. 1 out and 1 runner at second. That brings up none other than Claire Tipton. Excuse me, that was Maya Bristow with that hit, and she pops out to the infield Corona. Corona with another defensive play, something that we have seen all day today from her in both matches. Doing it once again, almost doubling out Pierce, who's on second, but did not do it. Excuse me, Barry, who was on second. But Barry was a smart enough base runner to see that that ball was going to be caught. It's hard to imagine that ball doesn't get caught with Corona out there. She has been a magnet for making plays today. We look at Kaylee Pugh, who's up now, the lefty batter. This Rockhurst team has lots of lefties. As that ball's hit foul territory, Corona calls it, and Corona pulls it down. Her second play of that inning. And there is the 9th inning for Cora Boyle. 3 up, 3 down. And we go into the bottom of the second with a 1-1 tie here at Maryville University. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Maryville University, where we have a tie ball game with a score of 1-1. Maryville 1, Rockhurst 1. Rockhurst in that last inning went up in hits. They hit another hit, so they are up 3-2 in the hits department. But Maryville hasn't gotten their chance to even up the score. Look at the pitcher, Madeline McCall for the Hawks. McCall gets the call today in the second matchup of this doubleheader. Did not pitch in the first matchup. On the other side, Maryville, their pitcher started the whole game. The only pitcher that Rockhurst has been shown by them. And there's the fly out to right field, but that one's going to be caught by the right fielder. That one is caught by Kaylee Pugh out there in right field. Kaylee Pugh makes that catch off of the bat of Addison Koth. Koth telling Marley what she saw from that one. And here is Marley Williamson coming up to bat. The junior out of Peoria, Illinois, stole 2 bags last game. Had 1 stolen bag on the season before today, and now she has 3. First pitch was a ball, so we look at the count of 1-0 to Williamson. Williamson starting in left field today. That pitch just a little bit too high. And here it comes from McCall, the 2-0 count pitch. Strike. Williamson did not like what she saw in that one. McCall did. So did the umpire. It's going to be a 2-1 count. And here's the next pitch from McCall. That one not in the right spot. So we got a hitter's count, a 3-1 count to Marley Williamson, who hopes to add to the hit scoreboard, or at least get on base here for the Saints. And that one is just inside. So Marley Williamson gets her second walk of the day. First at bat today, but she got a walk in the first matchup this morning. So 1 runner on first, 1 out. McCall pitching. And that brings up none other than Mandy Lennon to bat, the starting third baseman for the Saints today, coming up to bat. Showing bunt here to start. So defense going to have to match up to that accordingly. You see the third baseman playing in a little bit. It's tipped in. And you see Lennon take away her bunt. So watching the first pitch go by as a strike. 0-1 count. Williamson at first. And here comes the pitch from McCall. That one swung on and fouled back. Sounded like it hit the catcher's face mask, but she looks to be all right. Not too shaken up from that one. Umpire asked if she's good. She's good. So brings back up Mandy Lennon. Lennon is a junior. Playing third base today. Plays all over the infield. Hoping to move Williamson over. And that one's just outside. Catcher's going to check on Williamson, and she gets back in time. She's safe. Secondary lead was large, but not large enough to where she got caught on that one. And there goes Williamson, and the catcher could not handle that ball. So that one's going to be a third stolen base of the day for Williamson. We saw her get 2 in the first match, and here is her first one of this match. There's Marley Williamson with her third stolen base today, and now the count is 2-2 for Mandy Lennon. That one fouled off. She stays alive, stays in the at-bat. Still going. Lennon now has a runner in scoring position, so a hit up the middle here might put one home for the Saints. Here comes the pitch from McCall. 2-2 count. Swung on, and that one's caught. And Williamson gets back just in time, almost doubled off if she did not get back in time, but she smartly did. Contact there made. Just not enough to get down by Lennon. It was a nice swing. And that brings up starting pitcher, Cora Boyle. As mentioned before, Boyle has pitched 9 innings so far today. 7 in the first matchup, 2 so far in this matchup. She has been absolutely competing. And with a runner in scoring position, she hopes to put some runs on the board for herself. As that one is pushed just foul. So Boyle starts to count 0-1, starts down. Something she likes to do herself on the mound to batters. That one, a nice pitch, just a little bit too far inside. Boyle lets that one go by. Cora Boyle, a freshman from Ankeny, Iowa. It's her first year with the team, first year playing at the collegiate level. Hitting, pitching, she's doing it all. And there's another swing, ricocheted off of the net, caught by the catcher, but not for an out because it did hit that net. That means that ball is not live. And Boyle goes down 1-2. Williamson on second, Boyle up to bat. Here comes McCall coming back for the pitch. And that one contact to left field. Caught by the left fielder. Williamson rounds the bases to end the inning. So we see Boyle fly out to end that inning, and we will see Boyle on the mound in just a second. We have a tie ball game here going into the top of the third. We will see you soon. This game is brought to you by the GLVCSN. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back into the Maryville Sports Complex, where we are watching the Maryville Saints softball team take on the Rockhurst Hawks softball team. Starting pitcher, Cora Boyle, pitching her 10th consecutive inning today. That is right, her 10th consecutive inning today. Just the leadoff batter goes for a bunt. That one's going to be called foul. A little bit late by the umpire. That one did not reach fair territory. You see Lennon in here, the third baseman. Lennon playing way far in, because it seems like they know that this batter is going to bunt. This is Jasmine Morano. Morano reached safe successfully on a bunt single in the last match, hoping to repeat that. And that one knocked off foul. So it's going to be an 0-2 count. Another foul ball will cause for an out. Another bunt attempt foul ball, that is. So big decision here for Morano. See what she does. Big decision for Boyle here too. 0-2 count. See what type of pitch she wants to throw here. Gets the sign from Wagner. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. Fouled off by Morano. And Morano will be called out for that one. She was called out of the box by the umpire. So Morano, when she was hitting that foul ball, was running out of the box already, which is a violation. So that is going to be 1 out on the board for Maryland. And the next batter comes up. 0 balls, 0 strikes. Here is Boyle. That one right down the middle, the off speed, the changeup could not be handled by McKenna Lester. Excuse me, Kirsten Finch. This is leadoff batter Kirsten Finch. Started this game off with a hit, started this game off with a run. The only run for Rockhurst so far in this contest comes from Finch. She's going to look for another hit here. Hit out to center field, left center field. Deacon tracks it, and Deacon catches it. What a play there by Peyton Deacon out there in center field. Sun in her eyes, still manages to track that ball down. And that is 2 outs here for the Saints in the top of the 3rd inning. Boyle is in her 10th consecutive inning so far today between both of these doubleheaders. Has not came out of the game one time. And here is the pitch. Up to bat we have Eva Folk, the lefty from Ankeny, Iowa. Folk is one of 2 players on this Rockhurst Hawks team that come from Indian Hills Community College. Her and third baseman Claire Tipton. Both transferred from the community college, now playing in Kansas City. See Folk getting some practice swings in here, seeing what she can do against Boyle. Boyle is seeming to be an unstoppable force. This is a tie game. Nonetheless, it is 1-1, but Boyle has been pitching out of her mind today. And there's one up the middle. Kosnoff grabs it. Garcia fields it, and there it is, the end of the top of the 3rd inning. 3 up, 3 down. A play in center field, and some more great pitches seen by Cora Boyle. We take a break here in between the 3rd, and we will come back with the Maryville Saints up to bat. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to Maryville, where we look at a tie ball game between Maryville and Rockhurst. It is the bottom of the third. Maryville is about to come up to bat. We look at their ninth hitter, Peyton Deacon, who is coming off of a stellar play in center field this last inning. Up to bat now. Deacon shows bunt, does not bunt, does not get the ball on the bat. Does not get the bat on the ball, excuse me. As we look at the catcher taking time, talking to McCall out there on the pitcher's mound. McCall gives some dap up to her teammates, points out to center field. If you look at the center fielder out here for Rockhurst, a little bit of a shift going on for the lefty Deacon. Lefty shift here. Except center fielder looks a little bit towards left center, hoping Deacon is behind the ball and does not pull it. Seems like the infield is guessing bunt, and Deacon shows bunt again, but that is ball one. So we have one strike, one ball here to Deacon as she looks to capitalize on this opportunity. Here's the pitch from McCall. That one just a little bit below the zone. Was down the middle, was good accuracy, just not high enough. Need to bring that one up a little bit. So Deacon goes into this next pitch with a 2-1 count. This is Deacon's first at-bat of the game. And there's a swing. Deacon pulls it to the right. Second baseman fields it and makes the play. Deacon, is speedster, almost runs that one out, but play to second base, did get there in time. That was Emily Berry, the second baseman, with the play to first baseman McKenna Lester. Deacon's out, and that brings the starting lineup up for the Maryville Saints. Excuse me. So we got Emily Corona up to bat. Corona, who started this game off with a triple to right field, up to bat, hoping to keep capitalizing as she watches a strike go. She shakes her head. She didn't like watching that one go. If she could have that one back, I bet you she would take it. Corona has been playing fantastic defense, fantastic offense so far here for the Saints today. As mentioned, started off this game with a triple and a run. She watches that one go into the ground. Now with a 1-1 count. Corona is a senior from Homewood, Illinois. She's been on the Saints since the beginning of her career. Graduated from Homewood Flossmoor High School out in Homewood, Illinois. And Corona watches another ball go by. So now the count is 2-1. 2-1 count, one out. Here is going to be the pitch from McCall. Almost swung on, but she holds back on that one. Not even a question. And Bristow needs another timeout to go talk to McCall. It's Maya Bristow, the catcher for the Hawks, going out to talk to the pitcher, McCall. McCall gets her dap from her infielders, and Corona is up to bat again. So a 3-1 count, a hitter's count for Corona. Again, her last at bat resulted in a triple off of the right field wall. Outfield's playing a little deeper than they do for some. Playing really out there, almost on the warning tracks. For the lead-off batter, Emily Corona, and that is a strike. So we got a full count here in the bottom of the third. Still a tie ball game here. It's getting a little chilly out here. These girls are moving. And here comes the pitch to Corona. Full count. And that one's going to get her on base. A speedster getting on base. Not what you wanted if you were the Hawks. Getting Emily Corona on base. That is a speed warning out here. A national speed warning. Emily Corona has reached first base. So that is going to bring up their number 2 hitter, their second baseman, Jenna Kosnoff. Kosnoff watches the first pitch strike, same as Corona did in that last at-bat. Jenna Kozlov didn't like that one. A little bit too high.
Who was that on the field hockey Instagram, like, ran it for a day that you were part of?
Oh, wow, that's
That
a
was
roommate.
okay.
Mhm.
I saw that. I'm like, there's a whole lot of Ava on here.
Yeah. We're together like 24/7. That's funny.
Do you want a job?
And here's the pitch to Kozlov. That one just a little bit low. Last one a little bit high. That one a little bit low. Madeline McCall going to have to work her way back into the strike zone here. So you see the classic Rockhurst infield position, starting close to the pitcher and going back to their position. And there goes Corona. Beautiful throw and beautiful strike. Knocking down Corona at second base. That was Maya Bristow with the throw. Didn't even shortstop didn't even have to move her glove. The throw was that on target. That was Kirsten Finch laying down the tag. Emily Berry at second. Finch at shortstop. One providing backup for the other. Great all-around teamwork there to gun down Corona. And now there's no base runners. And there's a strike. A 3-2 count. Now there's 2 outs. This is a totally different situation for Kozlov than it just was. Here's the pitch from McGill. A little bit too low. So the Hawks let on another base runner. That is back-to-back walks for McGill. Now, the catcher did just save her and get Corona out. If not, they would have had runners on first and second, but that did happen. So we have sophomore Jenna Kozlov on second base, and we have senior Bella Garcia up to bat. Here comes the first pitch to Garcia. And that one she gets a touch on. It's going out to left field. And it's going to be caught by the left fielder. That is 3 outs. There's still a tie game here going into the bottom of the third. Cora Boyle will be up to pitch as we come back here at Maryville. Welcome back into Maryville, ladies and gentlemen. We look on to the match where we see the same pitcher that we have seen all day, Cora Boyle, pitching in her 11th consecutive inning. And there's the first pitch, and that is cranked out to right center field. That's going to be extra bases. She's moving, and she's going to stay on second. That is third baseman Claire Timpton with the lead-off double here for Rockhurst. So Boyle, the first extra base hit that she has allowed today in the first match and today in this second match goes to Claire Tipton to lead off the top of the fourth inning. And brings up first baseman McKenna Lester up to hit next. The lefty leaves a runner on second base, no outs. Still a tie game. But Boyle's going to have to work with a runner in scoring position this entire inning now. And there's the hit. Kozlov makes the play. Garcia finishes it at first. And there is 1 out. So we got a runner at third for Rockhurst. And 1 out for Maryville.
Yeah, dude, if you, like, give me a gallery and then you're good. Yeah, can you put together, like, 10 of your best photos for me, post? I'm doing a post regardless win or loss here. And then like a celebration smiley face. Thank you.
One out and a fresh count here to the new batter. Here's the pitch from Boyle. That is going to be a strike. We are looking at Emily Berry here for Rockhurst, the second baseman. Made a play last inning. Boyle grabbing the coach from the catcher, grabbing the sign from the catcher, grabbing the sign from coach, excuse me. And here is Boyle with the pitch. That one outside, beautifully placed, and Berry just gets the bat on it. So it's going to be a foul ball. Put that on a strike in the score sheet. We got an 0-2 count here. Now, Boyle is going to have to hope that she can get Berry out without advancing this runner. Obviously, the goal here is to not let the other team score, so she's got to figure out how to get her out, presumably a strikeout, without letting that runner score. Let's say Berry gets a ground out to second base. That runner might still score. It'll be a decision. So we got some interesting ball here to watch right now going on here in Maryville. The Maryville Saints won the last matchup 4-1 against Rockhurst over about an hour ago. This is their second matchup. This is Boyle's second game starting pitching. Rockhurst, on the other hand, has McGill on the mound. That was the first ball of this at-bat, so we got a 1-2 count. Here's the next pitch. The off-speed just put into shallow right. Riley Metcalf's going to get that play into the infield, and that is an RBI for Emily Berry. So Emily Berry gets to RBI. Claire Tipton scores, and that is another Rockhurst lead. Their second time leading this game today, first since the first inning, and their second time leading today. Rockhurst lost earlier when they played 4-1. Hoping to gain that back and split the series against Maryville today on this beautiful Saturday. And there's the first pitch strike. Up to bat, we have Kaylee Pugh, the lefty. This is Pugh's second at bat today in this matchup. And there is a swing and a miss. And I do pardon myself. Up to bat, this is Jayla Pierce, the senior from Linwood, Kansas. This is Jayla Pierce, who is down 0-2 versus Cora Boyle. And there it is. There's a strike. Cora Boyle gives a point to her catcher, probably giving her props for that call, but that pitch by Boyle nonetheless. A boiling fastball, you could say. Great pitch there. 2 outs. Runner on first still. Only 1 run done. Not too much damage done for Boyle. So if she can get this batter out, hoping to end the inning on a strong note. There's the pitch, and the first pitch, a strike. Now up is Maya Bristow, the catcher. Catcher previously in this match gunned down the shortstop for Maryville, Emily Corona, when she tried to steal second base. Corona was walked and tried to steal second base in the third inning when Maryville was up to bat and did not connect. Bristow gunned her down. So Bristow up to bat here. Bristow from Blue Springs South High School, one of multiple teammates from that school. And there's a stealer, and there's a throw, and that is a stolen base. Jayla Pierce steals second base. There's the runner. She gets that one, and here is Coach calling, giving signs to Wagner, the catcher. Boyle picking those signs up from Coach Wagner, the messenger. The pitch just a little bit outside. So it's now going to be a 2-2 count. There's a runner in scoring position at second base. There's 2 outs. So let's see what Boyle does here. Here's the pitch. Changeup placed on the outside. And Bristow was behind it. Here, chance coming from the Rockhurst side, trying to get in the head of Boyle, trying to get in the head of their own teammate, but in a good way, trying to encourage her. And that ball missed by Boyle. So we have 2 outs. We have 3 balls, and we have 2 strikes. A runner on second base. Maya Bristow up to bat. Here's Bristow. Strike 3. There it is from Cora Boyle in her 11th consecutive inning today. And we will see you in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Maryville is down 1 run. It is a 2-1 score in Rockhurst's direction. We will see you back in the bottom of the 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Maryville. We are looking on the field where Rockhurst just took a 2-1 lead over Maryville. All right, so Rockhurst, who lost the last game 4-1 against Maryville, has already scored double the amount of points that they scored last match. Runs scored by Kaylee Finch and Claire Tipton. So the pitch by McGill to Wagner results in a ball. We're looking at the bottom of the 4th, and Maryville is up to bat. It's just Caitlin Wagner up to bat. The catcher for the Saints in this match watches another ball. So it's going to be 2-0 to Wagner. Got a breeze coming in on this March 8th afternoon. It's quite sunny, quite windy. It's a good day for some softball as that pitch is taken high. So Wagner, 3-0 count here to start the bottom of the 4th. The catcher going to have to go talk to McCall. It's Bristow. Maya Bristow going to talk to her pitcher, Madeline McCall. Look at Wagner. This is her second AB of the day. Did not reach base on her first one. Takes that one right down the middle. So McGill, after essentially throwing 3 straight bad pitches, 3 straight balls, gets one right down the middle. Perfect pitch right there for Wagner. And hopes to bring this comeback in this AB. Wagner tees off on that one, and it goes foul onto the tennis courts. So now it's a 3-2 full count. Just a pitch from McGill. And another foul ball by Wagner, this time kept in the field of play, but not playable. Dead ball. Still a full count here for Wagner. Caitlin Wagner, the catcher. Junior from Napersville, Illinois. And she will seek first base. There it is in her second at bat. Wagner reaches base.
I got this from you. Don't even.
No, you did not.
Don't even.
Oh, Wagner on first. McGill walks her 3rd walk of the game. And that brings up Addison Koth.
He's like, I was in grade school when this song came out.
There's a pitch for McGill. 1 pitch, 1 strike. Started off the last at bat with 3 straight balls and starts off this one with a strike. So McGill coming back with some flair.
I was making sure.
No, yeah, I don't think so. Or he wasn't even here.
Oh.
No.
Almost swings on that one, but doesn't like it enough. It's a ball. 1-1 count. Koth makes contact straight at the center field, but a diving effort made. And that is going to be a catch, so that is 1 out. Koth does not reach base, made great contact, but that was caught by the center fielder from Rockhurst. Aaliyah Delgado. That's right. Aaliyah Delgado made that catch. Excuse me, I deeply apologize. That was Eva Folk with the catch out there in center field. Eva Folk. And Marley Williamson is up again. Pitch too high for her. Williamson stole a bag last time she was on base. First one of this game, but she stole 2 in the first game, in the first matchup between Rockhurst and Maryville today. It's been an absolute thief on the base path. But that last play caught by Folk out in center field. Great diving effort. You see the off-speed pitch from McCall right there. Here's Williamson. Second AB of the day. She walked in her last one. That one up the middle. Back to the pitcher. McCall's going to get it to second. Williamson runs it out to first. And she makes it. So Williamson grounds out into a fielder's choice. Wagner out at second. Williamson safe at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Rockhurst 2, Maryville 1. Madeline McCall pitching still for Rockhurst. She started this game, a junior from Anderson, Missouri. Here's the next pitch. Faith Williamson making herself be known on the base path, making sure that catcher gives her a look on that secondary. On deck, we have starting pitcher for SEMO, Cora Boyle. And here's the pitch from McCall. Swung on by Lennon, but not connected to. So, Lennon, who's made a few defensive, promising plays, I would say. I was looking for the right word for that one. They have been outstanding plays. She has made one earlier in the first matchup where she had to jump up and catch a ball that went over her head. She's had a couple balls ricochet off of her. And here's the next pitch to Lennon. That one's going to be a strike. Lennon down 1-2 now. Williamson on first. There's 2 outs here. Maryville hoping to make a dent in that Rockhurst lead, although it's only 1. And Lennon connects on that one, but it's going to be foul. So Lennon getting ahead of that ball, sees it just a little bit too far ahead. Pulls that one to the left. Foul ball. Next pitch from McCall is underway. That one's in the air. Right fielder backing up, and right fielder catches it right on that foul line. It looks like she is almost limping out there. We are going to have to get a coach to check on Kaylee Pugh. She made that catch while limping. Shout out to Kaylee Pugh. Great play out there by the right fielder, and we are going to go into break with a Rockhurst lead of 2-1. We will see you in the top of the 5th inning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Maryville. We have a pitching change to announce for Maryville. Cora Boyle is out, and in is Mercedes Delgado. That is right, Cora Boyle, who we have seen pitch for 11 consecutive innings today. 4 innings in this matchup. 7, a complete game in the first win against Rockhurst. Boyle now gets put into the outfield. And here comes Delgado. Delgado, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. Graduated Loyola Academy High School. Now into pitch for the Saints. Here's her first pitch. And her first pitch goes down for a strike. This is only the second pitcher that Rockhurst has seen from Maryville today in this doubleheader. Here comes the second pitch from Delgado. Off-speed pitch. Didn't find the zone. We look at the batter here for Rockhurst. We got Avery Huffman. That's right, Avery Huffman. If you were watching with us for the first stream, you know that was our starting pitcher in the first game. Huffman threw 4 innings before being taken out. And now she's here up to bat, hoping to put some runs on the board for her team. Huffman formerly went to UMKC, the University of Missouri, Kansas City, before transferring to Rockhurst. He's been here the last 2 seasons. Leads the team in ERA for the last 2 seasons. As that pitch by Delgado goes a little bit too high. So it's a 3-1 count here by Mercedes Delgado. Here's the pitch. And that one got a piece of it. Hoffman got a piece of it. Marley Williamson running towards it and left, but just a little bit too far left. Williamson could not make it all the way to that one. There's that one over there by the fence on the left field wall. Huffman gets another chance to put the ball in play on this full count. And that one put up. It's in foul territory, but the catcher's looking for it, and she makes the grab. Caitlin Wagner makes the grab in foul territory for that one. Huffman pops out to the catcher. So Delgado, first batter, first out. So the next batter steps into the plate for Rockhurst. There's now 1 out. You see Lennon at third base. A little bit in. No, there's a bunt coming, and Delgado fields it and gets it perfectly to first. Just in time. That was Jasmine Morano with the bunt. Somebody who's been bunting all day. We saw her get a successful bunt in the first game today. Successful bunt single. Not on that one, though. Delgado felled that one and placed it perfectly to Garcia, who caught that. So 2 batters for Delgado, 2 outs, and here's the next pitch. It's a great pitch. Great off-speed pitch to start this at-bat. Perfectly placed on the outside corner. Up to bat is lead-off batter Kirsten Finch, graduate senior from Raymore, Missouri, playing for Rockhurst this season. That one just a little bit outside, so we got a 1-1 count. There's Delgado. Like that pitch, but did not get the call. It's going to be 2-1 here. 2 balls, 1 strike, that is. There's 2 outs. Finch is at the bat here. Finch is responsible for one of the Hawks' 2 runs today. She scored one of them. There's the pitch. Beautiful off speed by Delgado. You see her smiling on that one. Really like that one. And that is a 2-2 count. You got 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kirsten Finch versus Mercedes Delgado. 2-1 game here in the top of the 5th. And that one pieced off. And the throw from the right field to first base is going to result in a safe base runner. So Kirsten Finch pierces the ball, pitched by Delgado, over the second baseman into right field. And the right fielder tried to gun her down at first, but she could not do it. It is Emily Erb out there in right field. Emily Erb, the freshman from DeMont, Indiana, trying to take out Finch at first base, but could not do it in time. So now, Eve Folk up to bat. And that ball in the dirt. Wagner handles it. You see Finch giving a little grimace to her coach over there. It's probably a bunt and steal sign, but she saw the pitch in the ground and didn't go. No, Wagner's got an arm, so you got to be careful with her behind the plate. And we got Eva Folk up to bat. Eva Folk up to bat, showing bunt, pulls back bunt. Looks like she's going to go for a hit here. She swings and misses. There's the steal. And the runner's going to be safe. Throw was on target, just bounced. Tag applied by the second baseman, Jenna Kosnoff. Tag was applied. Throw was on target, just bounced there, and the runner beat it out. So Finch on second. And a 1-1 count here for Folk. Showing bunt again. And there goes the runner to third. Finch rounding third, looks at home. Looks like she already had a good secondary lead on that one, saw the ball go under Wagner, and knew that she had third. So Finch on that play, advancing to third, getting 2 stolen bases back to back. Now a runner right there. Eva Folk showing bunt but pulling back. Runner right there for her, and she gets it up the middle. Mishandled by Corona, and Kosnoff fields it, but it's going to be too late, and a run scores. So we have a score of 3-1 here. Rockhurst goes up another run, and no outs were committed on that play. Delgado comes in, gets the first 2 batters out, but can't handle the next 2, resulting in 2 stolen bases for Finch and a run. That's Finch's second run of the game. Third one for Rockhurst so far. And here's a steal base coming. And she is safe. That's Eva Folk stealing second base, who just reached first off an infield single. Steals second base. We have Claire Tipton, the third baseman, up to bat. Tipton, somebody who's already had 2 at-bats today, resulting in 1 hit, and she has a run herself. So we got Kirsten Finch with 1 run. Tipton, who pops it into center field. Deacon's running under it, and Deacon makes the play. So we're going to go into the bottom of the 5th with another run for Rockhurst. Rockhurst goes up 3-1. This is the GLVC Sports Network, and I'm Kyler Messenger. We'll see you in the bottom of the 5th. We welcome you back into the Maryville Athletic Complex, where we are watching the Maryville softball team take on the Rockhurst Hawks. Rockhurst up 3-1 in this doubleheader matchup. 2 teams have already faced off today, resulting in a Maryville Saints win. But now Rockhurst is up 3-1. Here's Madeline McCall with the pitch. McCall, the starting pitcher today for the Hawks, has not come out of the game. Pitched 5 consecutive innings now. comes the next pitch from McCall. That one also going to be a ball. Just a little bit low, just a little bit outside. A little bit not in the strike zone. So we're going to have a 2-ball, 0-strike count here for Emily Erb. Erb was just substituted in when the Saints made a pitching change, taking Cora Boyle out. When Boyle came out, they moved Emily Erb to the right field. You hear teammates telling Emily Erb that they have ice. Usually that phrase would go along, but that ball looked like it might have hit her in the face if she let her take it, so I don't know about all that. You do you, though, Emily Erb. She did avoid that one, and she has a 3-0 count. We'll see if she's going to take this pitch or go ahead and have the green light. And that one is a little bit outside. Emily Erb trots her way onto first base. First at bat. First base appearance. As we go to the 9th batter in the rotation, Peyton Deacon. Peyton Deacon playing her walk-up song. That is the Sound of the Police. Father Chad Deacon is a police officer, and Deacon bunts. Gets it into foul territory, though. That ball does not go fair. So Erb's going to have to go back to first place, and Deacon is going to get another opportunity to see if she can place this bunt down. Here comes Deacon stepping into the box. Third baseman tipped and creeping in. Deacon with the bunt, gets it into fair territory, and Deacon's running it down. McCall overthrows her. Deacon's going to second. Here comes Erb. Erb's on third, and Deacon stays on second. So a pitching error, a fielding error from the pitcher, Madeline McCall, gets the bunt from Deacon and overthrows the first baseman. So we're going to see 2 runners in scoring position being Emily Erb and Peyton Deacon on third base and second base. No outs, and leadoff hitter Emily Corona is up to hit. And is going to call for a pitching mound visit by head coach Dana Goss. Goss in her second year as head coach for Rockhurst, visiting the mound. Goss came from head coaching Baker University, was their head coach from 2020 to 2023. Was named the 2023 NFCA Region 5 Coach of the Year when Baker won a school record 47 games and was ranked as high as 4th nationally. So Coach Goss, a well-renowned coach, coming into this program. She graduated from this school with a degree in exercise science. Previously coached with this team from 2007 to 2012 as an assistant coach before pursuing her own head coaching career and now coming back to the school as a head coach. So, full circle moment there for Dana Goss. Head coaching this team. She just talked out with her team, Madeline McCall, the pitcher. Gave her some words, gave them some strategy. And now we're going to see Emily Corona up to hit in the bottom of the 5th. This game, Maryville's down 2. There's 2 tying runners on the base. And Corona's up to bat. This is, respectively speaking, exactly who you want up to bat for the Saints. I mean, Corona starts off the game, the bottom of the 1st, with a triple, scoring a run, getting this team their only board of the game. Their only run of the game, excuse me. So, Corona, to attack here. That pitch just outside. It's a 2-0 count to Corona. Something you also don't want to do is get Emily Corona on base.
Oh, okay.
More Ava photos.
Okay. Or Tia and Ava photos.
Just Ava photos.
We look at some stats from Emily Corona this year. Leading the team with a 356 average.
Tia gets
Has
both the fall and spring.
2 doubles before coming into today.
She deserves it.
And has 0,
She does.
She's a good kid.
excuse me,
Like the heart.
2 doubles coming in today and 2 triples coming in today. Well, she has gotten 2 triples in today's matches. So she has doubled her triples on the season. Just today, she now has 2 doubles on the season and 4 triples. 2 home runs,
And she has a job.
10 RBIs. And all of these numbers just increasing as time goes on. Corona already in her she's had 2 at-bats today. One of them resulting in a walk. One of them resulting in the triple that we've been talking about. So, see where this third one goes. 3-0 count, and that one's going to be a strike. So, 3-1 count here for Emily Corona. We see Coach Gauze talking to the catcher, giving her signs. McCall picking up the signs from the catcher, who's picking them up from Coach Gauze. It's Maya Bristow behind the plate. Emily Corona up to bat. And here's McCall with the pitch. That one's going to be outside. She gives Emily Corona the base. So now the bases are loaded. No outs. Bottom of the 5th inning here. And Madeline McCall has loaded the bases here for Rockhurst. So, obviously double play balls are a big part about having the bases loaded. Home plate, you don't even have to tag anybody. It's a force out at home. So, catcher does just have to step on the base. We'll see what Rockhurst defense decides to do on this next play. If the ball is put in play by Koznoff. You have Jenna Koznoff up to bat. Koznoff is a sophomore. Started both of the games in today's contest versus Rockhurst. He's been a second baseman. Koznoff has a 1-0 count with the bases loaded. And there's a rip. She rips it to left field, and that's going to be over the head of the left fielder. Here comes one run. Koznoff stops at first. Here comes Deacon to score the second one. No throw. Deacon slides, and Deacon is uncontested. Herb Deacon with the 2 runs. Koznoff with 2 RBIs. And the Maryville Hawks have just tied the Rockhurst Hawks. The Rockhurst Hawks. The Saints have just tied them with that single by Jenna Koznoff. Looks like the left fielder almost got lost in the sun on that one. Koznoff smoked the ball over her head. Base runners were able to make it. Deacon making it from second all the way to home. Herb making it from third. And now we have Emily Corona on second base. Jenna Koznoff on first. There are still 0 outs. And first baseman Bella Garcia is up. Once again, another good position for Maryville. As that ball is put into play, Corona tags. Caught by the center fielder, and Corona's going to go 3. Here's the throw. Corona slides, and she's safe. Throw to second is also going to be good. So both of the runners advance. Emily Corona, once that ball was hit in the center field, tagged up and advanced to third. And once that throw was made to third, Jenna Koznoff advanced from first to second. I think you got to talk about coaching on that one a little bit. That one has got to be from base running practice. Now, obviously, credit to these girls. They've been playing softball all of their lives, so they know what to do. But Coach Billings has got to be putting some of that into game plan. I mean, that was just fantastic textbook base running. Maryville's tied the game, scored 2 runs so far in this inning. Only 1 out. 2 more runners in scoring position. And here's the catcher, Caitlin Wagner, up to bat. McCall gets her first strike in a second. 0-1 count here on Wagner. That one's just going to be a little bit low. Wagner did not like what she saw out of that one. So we got a 1-1 count. Still 1 out. There's 2 runners in scoring position here for Maryville. Koznoff at second. Corona at third. And that ball right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Caitlin Wagner. Somebody who walked in her last at bat. And that off-speed pitch does not find the zone. Wagner getting her practice swings in. Corona waiting patiently at third. Koznoff looking at Coach Billings to see if there's any sort of sign for her, but she has a runner ahead of her. So you have to read that runner as well as read the ball. And that one's put off the bat by Wagner. It's going to be caught by the right fielder. Corona tags. Here comes the throw. Cut off by the pitcher, and that is an RBI for Caitlin Wagner. Beautifully done. Kaylin Wagner hits the ball into right field. It is caught by the right fielder of Rockhurst. And Emily Corona tags up from third base to score another run today. That is going to put Maryville up 4-3 against the Rockhurst Hawks. We still have a runner in scoring position. There are 2 outs. So Kosnoff is at third. We have Addison Koth up to bat. And Maryville is just taking their first lead of this match. There's a foul ball from Koth. Going to be out of the playing region. Koth didn't get the start in the first game today, but got the start here today hitting and has not lost it from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Here is Addison Koth receiving the pitch from Madeline McCall. Off-speed pitch, strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from McCall, and that one sends Koth to the bench. Maryville, though, getting the lead in the bottom of the 5th. We will come back to you in the top of the 6th where Rockhurst hopes to get that lead back. I'm Kyler Messenger, and this is the GOVCSN. Welcome back into Maryville. Maryville just took a lead, and there is a single up the middle. Delgado is teed off on to start this inning. Very first pitch taken from McKenna Lester is taken right back up the middle. Here's the first baseman for Rockhurst, teeing off on Mercedes Delgado on the very first pitch of this inning. And we look at Coach Dana Gauze talking to the umpire behind the. Looks like we're going to call for a pinch runner.
7.
Just making sure that all these substitutions are set. We got a
Thank you.
pinch runner for McKenna Lester. So, in for McKenna Lester is Lily Hans. Hans is a freshman. She's going to be on the base path. And Mercedes Delgado lines up for the next batter. This is Delgado's second inning. She started off the last one, allowing 1 run for Rockhurst. Now she has allowed 1 batter this inning. And that one just a little bit low. 1-0 count. We got Emily Berry up to bat. Emily Berry shows bunt. Garcia and Lennon for Maryville both pinched in from the corners watching that bunt. Kosnoff covering first for Garcia on that one in case Wagner wanted to do a back pick. Here comes Delgado. 2-0 count, giving another pitch. Berry's going to lay down the bunt. Delgado fields it, throws it to first, and that is going to be a play made by the second baseman, Jenna Kosnoff. We had some gasp in the crowd Koznoff, the second baseman, made it to first, and the runner, the freshman Hans, who was pinch running, rounded second very widely, almost making a turn to third base. Koznoff threw the ball to third. Lennon received it, and Hans went back to the bag. So, runner on second, 1 out, and here is the pitch from Delgado. And that pitch is cranked, turned on, going, gone! That ball is gone. It's out of here. Jayla Pierce has taken Mercedes Delgado all the way out of here. Wow. Wow. Jayla Pierce, the lefty, absolutely connected on that softball, getting everything of that, sending it out of the park, right center field. Right fielder just turned around and looked at it. Mercedes Delgado comes into this game and gives up the first home run that we have seen between Maryville and Rockhurst. Rockhurst leads 5-4 now. This game going back and forth, lead change after lead change. After we see Jayla Pierce, the lefty from Linwood, Kansas, absolutely cranking that ball. See someone behind that fence going out to chase that ball for her now. Here's the next pitch from Delgado. Swung on and missed by Bristow. That one fouled off by Bristow again. Delgado, who just gave up a home run, hoping to get out of this inning with only a 1-run deficit for the Saints. She's got 2 strikes right here on Bristow. And that one just a little bit outside. Goss talking to her, Coach Goss talking to her player, Maya Bristow, telling her anything close. It's 2 strikes. That one was too close to take for her liking. And that one, Bristow listens. That one was in the zone. That was real close. Goss gives her props for swinging on that one just a little bit early. Takes it out of bounds. Out of the field of play. So, Delgado lines up for another pitch. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is Mercedes Delgado. That one going. It's going into right field. Here's Herb, and Herb makes the catch over her head, tracks it down in the shade over there in right field. The sun has begun to set out here, so she is in the shade out there. Here is Mercedes Delgado pitching. That was her second out. Catch made by Herb. And here is Avery Huffman up to bat. That one just a little bit low. And here is Mercedes Delgado making the pitch for Maryville. That one just a little bit outside as well. 2 balls, 0 strikes. Mercedes Delgado still pitching. Last inning, we saw Maryville come into their batting inning down 1 and going up 1, scoring a couple runs in the inning. 3 to be exact. A few, you could say. And now in this top of the inning, we see Rockhurst coming in the inning, down 1 run. They have now scored 2 thanks to a home run, a cranking, absolute cranking home run by Emily Berry. Excuse me, by Jayla Pierce. Jayla Pierce, the one who hit the towering home run into right center field as Delgado throws this next pitch, and that one's hammered, but it's going to be a little bit short. Deacon's under it, and Deacon makes that play, bringing Delgado and the Saints into the inning. Rockhurst takes the lead 5-4 as we go into the bottom of the 6th. You are watching the GLVC SN. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering the bottom of the 6th inning here at Maryville University. We are looking at the Rockhurst defense. Madeline McCall is still pitching. Marley Williamson walking into some Bob Marley up to bat here. We are coming off of a top of the 6th inning where Rockhurst scored 2 runs. Rockhurst 2 runs thanks to Jayla Pierce, who hammered home a home run. Not sure exactly how far that ball went, but it went over the wall, and that's all that matters. Brought those 2 runs home for the Hawks. Pierce, a senior, playing first here. Excuse me. She's not playing first. She is just hitting today. She's just hitting for this squad because we have McKenna Lester at first. Now, Williamson takes her first strike. Here's McCall with the next pitch. And that ball is going to hit McCall up the middle, and she still manages to make the play. Wow. Madeline McCall throws that pitch. Marley Williamson knocks it right up the middle and hits McCall right in the thigh. She's limping a little bit, as anybody would. A softball coming off of a softball bat, coming right back into the body, has got to be painful. But she's got a smile on her face. She's going to get a practice pitch in here. Seems like McCall's all good. She's going to let this rest of this game rock. Yeah. All good here. That's a warrior right there, number 19, Madeline McCall. Williamson goes down, and now we see the next batter in the lineup, Mandy Lennon. The first pitch of the at-bat from McCall is going to be a ball. A ball from McCall. This is the 3rd at-bat of the game for Mandy Lennon. No hits so far. Looking for her first one. As Lennon gets a piece of that one, sends it out of the field of play. Out of this Maryville softball field. Not out of the athletic this athletic complex full of the softball field, lacrosse field, tennis courts. Very nice facility here today at Maryville that we're playing at. We look at the next pitch from McCall. The off speed is going to bounce before it hits the plate. 3-1 count here to Lennon. And that one is going to be called strike. It's going to give Mandy Lennon a full count here. Full count for Mandy Lennon. Lennon, somebody who was with the team last year. Having another good year for Maryville. She gets a hold of that one to right field. It's going to be foul unless it's caught, and that one against the fence, not catchable. And it was not catchable for Avery Huffman. So, Mandy Lennon gets another chance. McCall with the full count pitch is going to let Lennon advance to first. So McCall's first batter after being nailed with that softball below the belt into the thigh region where she was pelted with that ball. Lets Mandy Lennon onto first base due to a walk. Next up is Emily Erb, the current right fielder for Maryville.
Good work today.
Erb lets a swing go. Just doesn't get ball on bat. Here's the pitch from McCall. Another swing from Erb. Another swing. A good swing at that. Just does not connect. So we got an 0-2 count here for Emily Erb. Erb's second AB of the day, and she is going to go down swinging. So that is a strikeout for Madeline McCall. Ring her up for the second out of the inning. And coach is going to come talk to Blue real quick. Looks like we're going to be making a substitution. That is right. A substitution is coming in. It looks like our next hitter is going to be Miranda Bondurant. Bondurant was the catcher in the very first game we saw today between Maryville and Rockhurst. Bondurant taken out of this game because Caitlin Wagner is the one catching. Well, Bondurant gets a chance to come get some runs on the board for Maryville here. Tying runner is on first base. Bondurant makes that go-ahead runner. Watches the first pitch go for a ball. Bondurant connects to the shortstop. Bondurant running out at first is going to turn into a double play, which is going to end the bottom of the sixth inning. So Bondurant, pinch hit, comes in and hits it under the shortstop, shaking her hand. It looks like that one hit the end of the bat. Grounds into a double play, and we are looking at a 5-4 score going into the top of the seventh in Rockhurst's way. We will be right back here on the GLVC SN. Welcome back into Maryville. We'll look at the pitch from Delgado coming in. The first pitch of the seventh inning is going to be connected on and grounded out. Garcia makes the play at first. All she has to do is step on the bag. So Delgado gets the first out of the ninth inning, or the seventh inning. I apologize. It was Jasmine Morano there who just grounded out to Garcia. It's Bella Garcia making the play. Mercedes Delgado to pitch. This is her third inning pitching for the team. There's the pitch to Finch. Not in the zone. Ball one. Finch responsible for 2 of the Hawks' runs so far today. He's been leading off batter during these 2 contests. Starting shortstop. And there she swings another one. Connects with the Maryville bench fence. And that is the first strike up on Finch. Here comes Delgado for the third pitch of this AB. That one a little bit in the dirt. 2-1. This game, 5-4 in Rockhurst's way. The second of the day between the two teams. Maryville won the first matchup 4-1. This one being a little bit of a closer game. Run differential speaking. And there is a swing from Finch. No connection as Delgado gets a strike on the board. 2-2 match. Maryville won the last game, making their overall record 9-13 currently as we watch this game with Rockhurst's loss. They're currently 3-10. There's another swing from Finch, connected and put into foul territory. Not a fair ball on that one. Count stays 2-2. This is Maryville's first home trip of the year for the softball squad. This doubleheader, their first two home games. They got the win in their first home game. And that is a hit up the middle for Finch. Right up the middle for Kirsten Finch. Right back at Delgado, right on the ground. Does not hit her like we saw the one that hit McCall in the last inning. But up the middle nonetheless. Great hit there by the leadoff batter. And with one out in the top of the seventh, the Rockhurst Hawks have a runner on first base. Eva Folk shows bunt and pulls it back on that one. We have Kirsten Finch on first base. Eva Folk has been showing bunt a lot today. We'll see if she tries to, see what way she tries to advance this runner. She's going to try to advance her no matter what. We'll see what strategy Coach Dana Gauze has her pulling. Finch on first. The pitch, bunt laid down perfectly. And it's going to be an out at first base. Mercedes Delgado underhandedly transfers the ball from her glove to Bella Garcia's glove and gets the second out of the inning. Only one more out needed for Maryville to get back to their bench, get some swings in, and then they get their final opportunity to hopefully try and tie and continue this game or win this game. Delgado with two outs, a runner behind her on second base. Here's the pitch. A little bit too low. This is Claire Tipton, the starting third baseman for Rockhurst today. Tipton makes contact. Deacon's backing up on the warning track, and Deacon makes the catch up to the fence. So Tipton makes great contact with the ball, but Peyton Deacon has something to say about it and makes that catch. No runs scored there for Rockhurst. We're going into the bottom of the seventh inning. Rockhurst 5, Maryville 4. Welcome back into the Maryville Athletic Complex. We are in the bottom of the seventh inning here at Maryville. Maryville, the home team, won the last contest against Rockhurst just a few hours ago. beat Rockhurst with a score of 4-1, and we are in the bottom of the 7th. Starting lineup. There's the first pitch, and that one is a ball. So we have the start of the starting lineup. Emily Corona, the lead-off batter for Maryville, leading off the bottom of the inning. No outs, 1 ball. We have starting pitcher for the other team, which is the Rockhurst Hawks, Madeline McCall, still getting the call, still pitching. And a off-speed pitch throws off Corona. Corona a little bit ahead of that one. So here McCall is in potentially the final inning of the game. Maryville did not use the bottom of the 7th in the last match because they were up. This match, they are going to need it. They are going to need some runs here, and this is the part of the lineup that you want to start with. Look at this game so far. Emily Corona has only been awarded with 1 at-bat so far. She has had 3. She's walked twice, and in her 1 at-bat, she's hit a triple. So McCall maybe avoiding her a little bit, but in this last at-bat, we'll see what happens. You don't want to throw to a girl who can crank the ball over the right fielder, one-hop the fence, and get a triple with her speed. You really don't want that to happen right now in a 1-run game. This game is real close right now. Rockhurst looking for their 4th win of the year. Maryville looking for double digits, looking for 10. And that ball is going to put Corona on first base. So Maryville starts the inning off with a runner on first base. Emily Corona, the senior from Homewood, Illinois, up on first base. No mound visit, no timeout. Madeline McCall is still in the game, and she is going to pitch to Kosnoff, the second baseman for Maryville. Corona getting a secondary lead, leaving the base after the ball was thrown. And here's that timeout we were just talking about. Dana Gauze coming to talk to her team and pitcher, Madeline McCall. See what Gauze has to say here. As we talked about earlier, Gauze did graduate from this Rockhurst school. Spent 5 seasons as an assistant coach for Rockhurst under former head coach Galen Struve. Under her time as assistant coach, the Hawks qualified for the GLVC tournament for the first time in program history in 2008 and came 1 game short of reaching the finals in 2011. So, Gauze, an experienced manager, an experienced player, an experienced coach, talking to her team. And here is Madeline McCall with the pitch. Swing by Kosnoff on that one, put into foul territory. Kosnoff taking signs from her third base coach. You have Emily Corona here at first base. Kosnoff here batting. McCall with the pitch. And she's going to bunt, and that one just a little bit foul, not into fair territory. So Kosnoff trying to advance the runner, trying to do everything they can to get Corona closest to home. She is the team's leading run scorer, so she's just the woman you want on the bases right now. But Kosnoff could not advance her on that one. With 2 strikes, you doubt to see a bunt here. Let's see what Kosnoff has got. That one's going to be outside. The pickoff attempt just a little bit too late. Emily Corona saw that one coming, dives back head first. The tag applied on her head, but could not get her. So, here's Kosnoff once again. 2-2 count. McCall throws. Kosnoff takes. We now have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Emily Corona on first base. And here is Kosnoff awaiting the throw. Kosnoff stays alive on that one, putting the ball into play, just not into the field of play. That is a foul ball. Koznoff still with a full count. Nothing changes. Runner on first, full count. Jenna Koznoff hits it to the shortstop. The shortstop is going to turn one out. Koznoff safe at first. They get the team's leader in runs, Emily Corona, off of the bases. Now, obviously, if you're Rockhurst, you want to turn that double play. But getting Emily Corona off of the base field, the base path, is definitely something that they had their mindsets on. So, a goal reached there for the Hawks. Still the same situation, except now we have one out. One runner on first. Here comes Bella Garcia up to bat. Another pitch from McCall and another ball. So we have Garcia's count starting with 2-0. Garcia batting a whopping .450 on the season. Bella Garcia is hitting .450. And that one is just a little bit too high. So a 3-0 count here to Garcia. Interesting to see what will happen here. Will she take? If there's a ball right down the middle, will she swing? Only time will tell. Here, we look at the at-bat from Bella Garcia. Here's the pitch. And that one right down the middle is going to be a strike. So Garcia in her fourth at-bat of the day. One hit, making her 1 for 3, 1 RBI. Been a huge factor here for the Saints in today's game, in both of today's games. So it's been a doubleheader. Garcia swings and just can't level it out fair. That ball going into foul territory, making it another full count. Is back-to-back full counts for Madeline McCall. Lots of pitching being done. And here is the next one. On the ground, walks her again. So Koznoff will advance to second. Garcia advanced to first. And here comes Caitlin Wagner up to bat. The catcher, Maya Bristow, taking time to go talk to her team, taking time to go talk to her pitcher, Madeline McCall. McCall, who is looking for a complete game win, has been going this whole game. But we look at this at-bat with Caitlin Wagner as possibly the most important at-bat so far today. Strike one to Wagner. Wagner has walked once already today, as we see Coach coming in to make a running substitution. That is right. Bella Garcia is coming out of the game. They are substitute running her. In comes Emma O'Flaherty to pinch run at first base. O'Flaherty is a sophomore from Vernon Hills, Illinois. In for Garcia. Now, back to Caitlin Wagner and the at-bat at hand. Here comes the pitch from McCall. That one on the ground, not enough to advance a runner. Runners stay. But that is a 1-1 count for Wagner. 1-1 count for Caitlin Wagner. Here is the pitch. On the ground once again, not enough for runners to advance. Maya Bristow doing a great job at handling these. And here comes Coach Dana Gauze. Dana coming to make her last mound visit and a mound substitution. That is right. In the bottom of the 7th inning with the score of 5-4. Mid at bat with 2 runners on base, Madeline McCall gets called out of the game for the first time today. And into warm up is number 18, Riley Braden, the freshman. Riley Braden coming in to close the game here for Rockhurst as Gauze sits behind home plate to watch her new recruit hopefully close the game for this squad. This is Riley Braden, 5'8" freshman out of Olathe, Kansas. Graduate from Olathe South High School. Here is Riley Braden to come pitch. In high school, Braden was a 2024, which is last season, Pitcher of the Year finalist in her high school, Olathe South, and a honorable mention on the All-State team. So, Braden, very good pitcher, very good player, making her first appearance today for the Hawks. Obviously was not with the team last year, as this is her first year. So, we will have to see what she can do as Gauze gives some messages to Maya Bristow, the catcher. We are still mid-at-bat with Caitlin Wagner. Wagner already with a 2-1 count. Now sees a new pitcher mid-at-bat. So Wagner facing a 2-ball, 1-strike count, 1 out. And here's the new pitch. That's going to be popped up by Wagner, infield fly. And that one's going to be caught in the foul territory by McKenna Lester, the first baseman. So in the freshman's very first pitch, her very first batter in this game, Riley Braden gets an infield pop-up. Now there are 2 outs. Rockhurst is up 1 run. There's 2 runners on base. The tying runner on second base. The go-ahead runner on first. And that is a swing and a miss from Godowski. This is Kaylin Godowski up to hit. This is her first at-bat of the day. She's coming in to pinch hit here. And that's going to be the second strike. So, Godowski coming in for her very first at-bat today is down 0-2. First 2 pitches have been strikes. And for Braden, her first 3 pitches have been strikes, the first one resulting in an out. That one just a little bit too high. We are still alive here at Maryville. Home team Maryville Saints looking to make a little bit of a comeback. Have been down for all of this game since the very first inning, since the top of the first, have been playing from a deficit. Maryville hoping to do something here. And Godowski stays alive. So, Kaylin Godowski has a chance here to put the team ahead, has a chance here to tie the game, or has a chance here for the Rockhurst Hawks to end the game. Obviously, the Hawks hoping for that. You got Madeline McCall pitching an almost complete game. That one's up the middle, fielded by Braden, fielded at first, and that is a Rockhurst win. Maryville and Rockhurst split the series here at the Maryville Athletic Complex 1-1 as we look at the teams lining up to high-five each other and celebrate. What a dual matchup we have seen today. You saw starting pitcher Madeline McCall get the win and Riley Braden come in and get the close for the Rockhurst Hawks. If we look at Maryville's upcoming schedule, after splitting the series versus Rockhurst, Maryville is now going to be 9-14 on the season. Maryville, coming up tomorrow, has another dual header against the William Jewell College. This tomorrow at 1:30 and 3:30 against William Jewell here at Maryville. After that, they play March 12th at Missouri Southern. That is in Joplin, Missouri. And after that, at Missouri S&T on March 15th in Rolla, Missouri. Rockhurst with another win, making them 4-10 overall this season. What a dual header between Rockhurst and Maryville. I'm Kyler Messenger signing out. This has been a presentation of the GLVC Sports Network. Congratulations to Rockhurst and Maryville on their respective wins. Thank you for tuning in.